Isn't technology grand? That's what I think about when I think about Utah Tech Week. The simple fact that we can take a visual image and as influencers, creators, all of those wonderful things, make beautiful things, goofy things, scary looking things. The simple fact is, I dodged a bullet last night, and I have to thank my dad for what I'm certain some people would see as divine intervention. But what I see is an amazing sense of energy that still exists. So you see, my father had an inexhaustible ability to work. He would put things into his plays, into his garden, and into everything until the point that he was just exhausted. And he'd collapse, and sometimes he'd shut down. One time when I was young, he was taken out of the house on a gurney because he'd collapsed getting ready for a play. See, I have a history of doing the same thing. And my lovely wife has put up with this inexhaustible have to get things done. In 1998, we were in the midst of what was the fourth renovation and final that I was participating in the old memorial building at 427 Main in Park City. Probably hadn't slept for 3 or 4 weeks. Getting ready for a glorious return of Harry-O's from Manhattan Beach on I believe it was the 22nd of 1998, if I recall right. And we had the Violent Femmes play after Salt Lake City Punk premiered at that year's film festival. And I was in all my glory. All these people that I'd admired for years, including those guys from Wisconsin, the Violent Femmes. I was there. Kevin Marandino, James Marandino had just done the thing, and I crashed and burned. Fifth and Fifth. This is a reference to the couple that helped me that night. Matt and Jenny Lyons, great people. Had a grand mal seizure, sheared off the front teeth here, bit through my tongue, and it was kind of a hot mess. My lovely wife now, and girlfriend then, was reached out to by Jen and Matt and my parents, and they came and picked up the puddle that was on the floor of Matt and Jenny's hotel room, and they wanted to nurse me back to health, but I wasn't going to have any of that because I'd already bought my wife's engagement ring, and I'd planned on proposing the next morning. I actually had it set up that I was going to be at home, but I wasn't at home. Some people reached out to her and came up to take care of me. I couldn't talk. The entire part of the inside of my mouth was all messed up. And I went over to the Family Jewels, the jewelry that was across from the memorial building, which was a huge part of my life, for 16 whole years, 85 until 2000. But that's not for today. I'm going back to dodging bullets. Been pushing pretty hard. Been taking care of my mom with my family. Been doing what I can to be a supportive father and husband. And I'm in the midst of launching multiple companies right now in an advisor and assisting role. So last night I was having dinner at Cucina Toscano with some very dear friends and partners, the three of us and spouses. My son was being my waiter. We were off to a wonderful dinner, but my body said otherwise. I started experiencing chills and things that are kind of precursors to, maybe your body's trying to tell you something. And within about 45 minutes, I was home in bed, and I woke up this morning and realized that my dad, who passed last year, was with me. And he didn't want me to be taken out of the house on a gurney because of exhaustion, that it was time to hit the wall. So, for those of you that seem to have from a social media standpoint. The time of your lives last night at the Utah Tech Week opening party. I'm sorry I missed you, and I'm glad you had a great time, but these images of home are a precursor to today, tomorrow, and the next day, when some of my most important things are illustrated. First, today at 11:30, we're having a luncheon that's going to be talking about exit plans that has a number of folks that I've worked with for a long time. You can see the information at JM, Joel Meister. I can't even say my own URL. I'm so silly. It's jlmstr.me. It has all the information. So that's our first luncheon. You got to be 21, and you do need to RSVP at jlmstr.me. And then at 5:30, we're going to have Angels and Entrepreneurs. Going to have Nathan from Kermit Smoo, as well as Bill Kurth from Connect Capital. I tried to recruit my buddy Ray Smithson to MC this one, but he hasn't been feeling well. And we also have a new friend, Michael Selmanson from Ariel Capital, amazing investment group out of Israel. And then the final person's truly somebody that I've never acknowledged as my mentor, as one of my mentors, and that's Mr. Ted McAleer. What a good guy you are. I'm looking forward to seeing you tonight. Tomorrow morning, our venture that we're working on with Regenizome will be front and center with energy independent industry parks. That's at 11:30 on Wednesday. Again, you can pull all this up at jlmstr.me. It's just Joel Meister without vowels. And then tomorrow night we have a symposium of many. Gosh, this is the coolest thing. There's 7 events this year that focus on neurodiversity. How about that, Eric and Jay and Kurt and Jeff and all of you? Look at that. Tammy, Christy. It's the coolest thing in the world. You guys are all a big part of it. You can check all that out at my URL as well. Thursday mornings have been emotional for me. I've been working with recovery and people that are doing amazing things to battle recidivism for years and years. And we've got a capstone event that'll be going on Thursday at 11:30. I'm trying to be on Central Time. And that's Correct Tech, Reentry Done Better. And we have the warden, Bart. I can't remember your last name. I'm sorry, buddy. But how cool is that? We got the warden at the state prison to talk about technology. And we've got Ivanhoe and Christy Holt and Brian Kessinger and George Moga. And George is a story in himself. Join us, would you, at 11:30 on Thursday for Correct Tech. A little conversation about how we can use technology to help those that... I won't be getting bitter here, guys, but as CEOs and leaders, if we're not providing an environment that felons can work in skills they can do just because of a background check, shame on you. The final event is going to be AI Integrate. My good friends Dominic Thomas and Steve Wood are heading that up with Dan Baird. Sure to be fun. Got to be 21. You can go ahead and register at jlmstr.me. I'm going to go to sleep for a couple more hours. Utah Tech Week. It's a thing. It's an amazing thing. Utah's an amazing thing. And with that, I'm out. Don't want to rehash the past of, dodging a bullet 26 years ago, Mr. Bill Carrig. Because when it comes down to it, you need to listen to yourself. You need to listen to your soul, your friends. And you need to listen to your wife. And Kristen, I love you. Happy 26th anniversary here in 2 or 3 days. And I'm out.